Oh, yeah, we are back. This is a Wisdom Wednesday. Yeah, that's right. Wisdom Wednesday. That's what we're here for. And we're doing our daily Jarhead hot takes with your favorite Jarhead. That's right. AJ Cox. That's me. And we are here and we're doing another talk. It's going to be a good time. And then we'll get to have a little bit longer discussion if we have interaction. And the ticker talkers, you guys are leading the way on the interaction. I can tell you that. But everybody else needs to step up. During their lunch period, they need to come in here and see this. But there's all kinds of good stuff that we got going on here. All right, with that, I guess we can go ahead and get into what are we going to talk about today? Well, let's just jump into it. What do you say? All right. This is Wisdom Wednesday, and we're going to talk about strength in brotherhood. Strength in brotherhood. And man, that, in my humble opinion, is so dadgum true. I mean, to have your fellow brothers and sisters around you, somebody that is like-minded, can come together with a common goal and a common mission and be able to accomplish those things. As long as you're all doing it together as a group, as a brotherhood, as a sisterhood, as just that one entity, man, it's almost like you're unstoppable. Look at as many times as the military has been out and doing things and this and that. Oh my God. Imagine if it was just one guy out there doing it. But no, you have multiple people, you have multiple units, you have all kinds of stuff that are going out and doing that. And every job is important in that, right? You got to be able to have the guys that are on the front line just pushing and doing it, and they're the very tip of the spear. And then you got to have the guys in the back that are doing security or whatever the case may be. But it's all a brotherhood. Everyone joined together in one force to be able to make it that much better. So I'm telling you that it's just a wonderful, wonderful thing to have strength in that brotherhood. Camaraderie is a force multiplier, right? We're just kind of talking about that a little bit, but that camaraderie, and how do you get camaraderie? Man, there's a couple of ways. One I would say is just shared hardship, right? Shared hardship is one way that you can get camaraderie. What do I mean by that? Well, think about boot camp, right? We all shared in the misery of boot camp, all the hard times, the getting broke down and then getting built back up and being able to do all that stuff, right? That was just one of the many things, that can build camaraderie. And that shared misery brings you closer together as a group, right? And then in your units, the same type of thing can happen. If you're, you have to go to the field and you're in the field and you're just dirty and you're tired and you're, all those shared experiences help build that camaraderie. Just being able to work together, being able to have fun together is very important. And you have to have fun during the misery, during the suffering. That's one thing that the military, that's one thing we're actually really good at is being able to adapt and just listen to each other and enjoy the not so enjoyable moments, right? And that's just something that we've done over the years. So we got to keep that in mind as we move forward. And that's just from this this one Jarhead right here. This is just my hot take on it. It's nobody else. This is just mine all by my little lonesome self here. But no one succeeds alone. There may be onesies or twosie that you're able to accomplish some tasks alone. But when you look at a mission, you look at a business that's a huge business or something like that, you're not going to do it all by yourself. It is impossible to do that. So you have to rely on the people to your left, the people on your right, and you have to be able to just come together in that common goal, that common mission. But and of course, you got to have that camaraderie in order to come together. You got to have that shared hardship to be able to come together, or some type of shared experience where you enjoy being around one another. For that, for camaraderie's sake, right? You can get stuff done even if you don't like everybody and you don't like what they do. You still can get stuff accomplished, but there has to be a common goal. And that's one thing the military is good at, is they give you that common goal. They say, here's the mission, and this is what you're going to do. Whether you like the mission or you don't like the mission, doesn't matter. You're going to do the mission. So that's just part of it, right? Luffy, Rosser, I made it to your life. Hey, yeah, you made it. Man, very nice. Angel, Simplify, brother. All right. Thank you. Simplify to you as well. Hello, Javier. All right. But obviously, TikTokers, you guys are on point when it comes to coming on here and talking and all that other good stuff. The other socials aren't as friendly to do that, but it is what it is, right? Let's see. Getting back to it, what are we talking about? Strength and brotherhood, right? Strong bonds outlast tough times. So if you have those strong bonds, you're going to outlast all those incredibly difficult times. Why? Because you can lift each other up. You can be there together in the crap and be able to just get through it. Look at those POWs and things of that nature. When they pulled together, yeah, they were all getting beat. They were all, going through the worst times of their lives, and probably the worst times of many, many people's lives, right? As much trauma as they were put through. But they came together as a team. They were able to build each other up. They were able to encourage one another and be able to push through and do all those types of things. And that's one of the things that builds that strong bond, right, between people, because they went through some hellacious type of events. I mean, just absolutely insane, right? But they were able to come together and they were able to get through it. And that's something that we have to do. I mean, you look around our country, you look around what's going on with our veteran community with 22 a day. That's the number they say committing suicide. I got to be honest, like if we come together, right, and we form those strong bonds, which we already have, right? Veterans talking to other veterans is a strong bond. Whether it's the same service or not, that doesn't matter. But talking and coming together and discussing things to lift each other up and to help each other is so strong, right? That's part of that brotherhood, that strength to be able to do it. And it's going to outlast those tough times. So when we're having a hard time, it's I know when I have a hard time, me personally, stay dangerous, friends. That's right. So me personally, whenever I'm having a hard time, it's something that I have to look at, and I have to go and say, oh, you know what? I need to talk to somebody. I need to have something. Holy cow, Act of Rebellion is throwing all kinds of stuff. I appreciate that. Wow, that's craziness. Thank you. It's really cool. Very badly. I'm not sure what that was exactly talking about there. So, and you will cry. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, absolutely. But we have to be able to come together, right? So we have to be able to come together and build each other up, encourage each other during those bad times, right? And that brotherhood, right? Those strong bonds that we build over time with different people, those are going to be able to push us through those hard times and be able to overcome them and move on, right? And when you think about our veteran community, the 22 a day, holy cow, what more importance is there out there to be able to work together, be able to build each other up instead of all this hate and discontent that we throw back and forth? No, get away from that, man. Look at your fellow veteran, look at your fellow human, and try to make them better. If you always, thank you, I appreciate that. If you always try to make somebody else better and you're always focused outboard, then that stuff eventually comes back to you. So if you're trying to help people, and then in your time of need, people will be way more willing to help you. But if you're an asshole to people, then guess what? That person ain't going to want to help you whenever you're having a rough go. So you need to be able to work with people. You need to be able to build those bonds. That way, when you have a bad time, you can get help. If they have a bad time, they can get help. But the most important thing is coming together as that group, right? That strength in brotherhood or sisterhood, however you want to look at it. But it forms those bonds that just cannot be broken, right? And we have to make sure that we're getting rid of and getting out of the political realm and all this other. You can have an opinion. I don't care what your opinion is, but that's the way we should look at each other. Is like, look, I love you no matter what. And you can have whatever opinion you want. guess what? You get to go vote. I get to go vote. We get to voice our opinion that way. But there's no point in arguing about it. The reality is, how many times if somebody came up to you and you have one point of view, they have another point of view, and then you start discussing it, how many times have you actually changed your mind? I'm going to venture to say it's very few. That's what I would say. So what's the point in it? Why not come together, and instead of talking and arguing about stuff, why don't you come together and figure out what you have in common and figure out what can build a stronger bond between you? Figure out how you can lift each other up and how to help each other and in society and all those types of things. That's what we're here for, in my opinion. We got to get back to that. We got to start encouraging one another. We got to start being good to one another. And we got to, all this hate and discontent that's thrown around, no, we don't need it. We don't need it at all. What we do need is somebody to be there in your hard and rough times, and building those brotherhoods, having that brotherhood, which veterans we're way ahead of, in my humble opinion. We're way ahead of a lot of the civilian community. Why are we way ahead? Well, we have something in common, and we can all talk, and we can all do that. And this is another thing that I see is, oh man, veterans have a hard time. We all want to be strong, right? We don't want to show weakness. We don't want to show our feelings. Those are things that have been passed down from generation to generation within the military, right? And just like medical, nobody wanted to go to medical back in the day. Why? Because it showed weakness, and we didn't want to do that. And that has been a trait that's been passed down within our community. And that's something that we have to be able to get past, especially with our fellow veterans. When you're having a rough time, you should be able to tell somebody like, hey, man, I'm struggling, dude. And then you guys have meaningful conversations about how to make it better, how to move on, what you can do in the future, or just have somebody listen to you bitch, moan, and complain. Sometimes that's important, and we need to bitch, moan, and complain. So there ain't nothing wrong with that. Go out and do it. Pick the right person. That way, when you're done bitching, moaning, complaining, they say, okay, that's all good, but hey, let's think about how we can overcome this. Let's think about how to push on. And then they can give you sound advice. That's what you need, right? We all need that person with sound advice to be able to push us through and to make us that much better. But yeah, that's Wisdom Wednesday. That's what I got for you today. Strength in brotherhood. So go out there, veterans, civilians, if you're out there listening to this too, I appreciate you. Go out and find somebody that has that shared hardships with you, or shared experiences that you can build a good camaraderie, right? A camaraderie is a force multiplier. No one succeeds alone. You can't do it by yourself. You know, maybe it's friends, maybe it's family, but you got to come together somewhere, somehow. And those strong bonds outlast tough times. So what is our call to action for today? Well, call to action. Check in with a friend or teammate today. Check in with somebody that you haven't talked to in a hot minute. Think about it. You can see, go on Facebook. You can see the people that may be struggling. You can see the people that may be having a hard time. You can kind of see all those things. But I encourage you, reach out to at least one friend, right? Check in with them and say, hey, how you doing? I was thinking about you. I just want to let you know I'm here for you. If you ever need anything, I love you. You're part of me. I'm part of you. We have a brotherhood, and I want to make sure that you're good to go. Just check on the one person. And what you also need to realize is a lot of times you're not going to know which ones are struggling. So here's something that I do, and you can pick this up or not. It's totally on you. But I try every single day, and I slacked off for a little bit, but I'm getting back into it. But I try every single day on my personal account to send birthday messages to all my friends. Every day I'll send them out. Just a quick happy birthday, hope all is well, something of that nature. And then sometimes they'll reply back, sometimes they don't. And a lot of times when they reply back, it becomes a conversation. Oh, hey, what have you been up to? And how is this? And how is that? And da-da-da-da. And then that brotherhood and sisterhood that we had comes right back out. Right. And that's something that is easy to do. Facebook helps you out tremendously on that, right? It tells you these are all the birthdays for today, and you can send them messages on their Facebook pages, right? You can do that. But I opt to send it personally in a private message to say, hey, how you doing? Da, 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 da. That's just the way I prefer to do it. but you can do it anyway. But you got to remember, who are your friends? Check on them, ask them how they're doing. Because you never know, that one time that you reach out to them, that one time that you say, hey, I was thinking about you, maybe that's the one time that's going to help them get through a bad time, help them not to commit suicide, help them to get past it and be able to move on, right? No more 22. That's my new thing. No more 22. Why? We don't need 22 veterans a day committing suicide. We don't need it. None. We need to get down to 0 veterans a day committing suicide. But my new product line, everything else is no more 22. That's what I'm saying. And you can all, I mean, if you want to go get some gear and support that and show it, and then that way you can have conversations with folks, man, go do it. But we need to be vocal about these types of things. We need to be talking to one another. We need to be coming together instead of tearing each other down, and be able to do that moving forward. Again, this is the world according to this Jarhead. This Jarhead's hot takes, right? You may like it, you may dislike it. It's all good. And if you dislike it, I wish you all the best. And hopefully you're doing better than I am. And then maybe you can school me on a thing or two, and I'll take it in and hopefully be able to be better the next time. But with that, I really don't have anything else unless you guys got some questions or comments or anything of that nature. That's all I really have. Don't forget, I do these things Monday through Friday. I try to do it at 11:30 Central Time, so hopefully you can jump on during your lunch break or something of that nature. Just come in, get some good, wholesome motivation, if you will, something that's going to lift you up, something that's going to remind you to be positive in your day. That's what we're here to do. That's what I'm trying to do. Don't forget, we also have podcasts Monday through Friday. We do 3 veteran stories a week, and then 2 fireside chats where I try to highlight different individuals on the Friday fireside chat, and then on Sundays, that's the fireside chat with the crew. But I'm all about helping the veteran community. We're turning this thing into a nonprofit where hopefully we can make it bigger and better and help all the other nonprofits that are out there. But our biggest goal in this nonprofit is going to be to archive veteran stories, be able to take those veteran stories, archive them for future generations. So if you're out there, you're a veteran, man, come shoot me a message, do something. Let's get you on the podcast. Let's record your story. There's several other different places that you could go do this. There's several other podcasters out there doing the very similar or the same thing that I'm doing. I will tell you that I'm right now working with Marine Corps University's History Division. Nope, just Marine Corps History Division. And then sending all those veteran stories up there so they can archive them on behalf of the Marine Corps. And so you don't have to be a Marine. You can be in Navy, and you can be the Air Force, the Army, whatever. It doesn't matter. You can be any of those branches of service and come in and do it. But yeah, that's the deal. That's what I'm here to do. 5 episodes a week. I'm also doing these 5 lives every week. Who knows? I may get on here at some point in time and do a live where I'm playing guitar and singing and acting a fool. That may happen sometime in the future. I'm going to be honest that I'm not the best guitar player and I'm not the best singer, but hey, sometimes you just gotta get it out there and gotta try, so you got to do what you got to do. But hey, thank you for those that join. I truly appreciate it. To everybody out there on the face pages, on the Xers and on the YouTubes, thank you. I appreciate everything that you guys are doing. And then, of course, for the Xers, I'm going to hang out for just a couple minutes in case anybody comes on and wants to chat. But to everybody else, thank you for joining. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully these things are helpful. And I'll see you on the next one. Stay motivated and change your socks.
No more 22. On to the journey and finish the fight.